everyone, welcome to watch our video. We are going to talk about the properties of definite integral. Let's begin with the first property as you see here. Okay, if the function f is defined at x equal a, then the definite integral, okay, from a to a of any function f of x with respect to x, it will be 0. What is in this property as you see here? If the lower limit of the integration as the upper limit of the integration, okay, in this case the definite integral, it will be 0. For example, the definite integral from 2 to 2 of this function 3x with respect to x. The answer 0, since the lower limit is the upper limit in the definite integral for any function, it will be 0. For the second property, if the function f is integrable on a closed interval a to b, then we define the definite integral from b to a f of x with respect to x equal negative, or the opposite of the definite integral from a to b of the function f of x with respect to x. As you see, what is the relationship between these two functions? This function as this function after we switch the upper limit of the integration with the lower limit of integration. In the problem, this one, it will be given. As I'll show you example here, the definite if that is a given from 2 to 7 for a function f of x with respect to x equal 11, for example. So the definite integral from 7 to 2, I switch the upper limit with the lower limit of the integration of the same function with respect to x. It will be the opposite of this value of a definite integral. It will be negative 11. I think it's so easy. Okay, let's continue the properties. Look here, if f is integrable on 3 closed interval, look here, that is a, c, b. Then this case, it is what? Integrable here and integrable here, integrable what? Here. Okay? Here, for example, the definite integral, okay, from a to b, it will be as a sum, the definite integral from a to c and from c to b, as you see. Okay, if the definite integral here 5 and here 3, so the definite integral from a to b, it will be what? 8. Okay, the following properties, okay, if we have two functions f and g are integrable on a closed interval and the k is a constant, okay, any number, then the function k of f and their sum also, it will be integrable. This means if f is integrable function on this closed interval, so the product of a constant and this function, it will be integrable also. If we have two functions are integrable on a closed interval, so their sum will be integrable on this interval. Okay? Look here. The definite integral from a to b of a product of a constant by a function with respect to x, it will be this constant multiply the definite integral of this function from a to b. Just take the constant out of the integral symbol. Example, to make you understand. If here I have a definite integral from 2 to 6, for example, of a given function f of x with respect to x equal 4. Okay? That is given. So if we take the definite integral from 2 to 6 is the same, okay? from 2 to 6, 5f of x with respect to x. Means I'll use the property. Here we have a number multiply function. I take this number out of the integral sample. It will be the same as the integration from 2 to 6 function f of x with respect to x. But this value of the definite integral already is given. That is given in my problem. So the value of this definite integral from 2 to 6 of the function 5 multiply f of x, it will be 5 multiply the value of this definite integral, which is 4, it will be 20. Okay? The next one here, the last property here, if the definite integral, I give you the definite integral of function f from a to b and the function g from a to b. So the definite integral from a to b, the sum of two functions, it will be what? The definite integral of the first function plus or minus the definite integral of the second function. The same upper limit and the same lower limit of the integration. Let's see how we apply these properties to find the value of any given definite integral. Look here. From exercise 33 to 40, these exercises from your textbook, okay, evaluate the integral, okay, using the following what? Values. As you see, all of these are given. I use it. I use the given and the properties of integration, okay, the properties of integration to find the value of the request integral. Okay, look here. I know the integration of the function x to the power 3 with respect to x when x from 2 to 4, it will be 60. And here the definite integral from 2 to 4 of the function of x with respect to x, it will be 6, and so on. Here, I have to use the property. Look here, the definite integral from 4 to 2, okay, of x with respect to x, it will be what? Means, what is the relationship between this integral and any one of the given, okay, and which property we will apply? I find this integral at this one, but here I just switch the upper limit with the lower limit of integration. And I know what is the property. If you switch the upper limit with the lower limit of any, in the definite integration of any function, I just take the opposite sign of this one. I remind you here from a to b, f of x, okay, equal negative from b to a, f of x with respect to x here, I'm sorry. If you switch the limit, the upper limit with the lower limit, I take the opposite sign of the definite integral, okay? That is one of the property. Second property here, as you see, I take the integration of this function, okay, x to the power 3, but the lower limit adds the upper limit. That is the first property I give you. When we take the integration or the definite integration of any function such that the upper limit as the lower limit, the answer always be 0. Okay? Here I have this function. How we get this function? It is, look here, missed as this function after we multiply it by 8. Okay? I'll take this number, as you know, when we multiply number by a function, okay, I take this number out the integral sample and rewrite this function x dx. But I know what is the value of this definite integral, okay? It is given here. It is what? 6. It will be 8 multiply 6. It will be 48. I swear it is very, very interesting. I just use the properties of integration and the given value of integral. the definite integral of functions. Okay, look here. It's a number. Take this number. It will be 25 integration from 2 to 4. I don't use the rules of integration, but I use the property of the integration and the given. Okay, 1 dx. This one means I know it is here from 2 to 4. It will be 25 multiply. What is the value of the definite integral which is given to? It will be 50. Any number, take it this number out, the integral symbol, okay? Solve the next one. Here I have a difference between two function and this function. It will be the definite integral from 2 to 4, the lower limit and the upper limit, are, they will not be changed. X with respect to x minus 9 integration from 2 as I distributed, okay, for 9, dx. I took already 9 as a common factor, but okay, to avoid any confusion, okay, 9. Here, miss, I know what is the value of this one. It is already given. There is no any change. X dx is the same, okay. Here I can take 9 outside, minus 9, multiply the definite integral from 2 to 4 dx with respect, with respect to x. This one is given. It will be what? 6 minus 9 multiply 2. It will be negative 12. I know that the definite integral of the first one from 2 to 4, definite integral from 2 to 4, okay, some of you can solve it mentally. Miss, I know the definite integral from 2, some one of you can solve it mentally. Definite integral of x is the same as what the given, it will be 6. Here it means negative 9, negative 9 multiply the derivative, the integration of d of x, it will be what? Negative 18. 9 multiply 2, it will be 18. Some of you can solve it mentally, okay? Look here for the next one. Who can solve this one with me? By the same way, the definite integral of this one, which is given. Wait, I'd like to show you this one, okay, to keep it with you. The definite integration of the first one, which is 60. That's right. Some of you can solve it mentally, I swear. 60. 4, okay, it means I multiply this number 4 by the definite integral of here, 1 dx as this one, as 1. Okay, but I'll show you. Wait, I'll show you how we get it. It will be the definite integral from 2 to 4, x to power 3 dx, okay, to show you how we get it, okay, plus the definite integral from 2 to 4, but some of you can write it without all of these steps, but to avoid any careless mistakes. Okay, it will be, miss, I know this value, which is what? 60, as a given, okay, plus 4 multiply the definite integral from 2 to 4 dx. Miss, I know the definite integral, it is given. It will be what? 60 plus 4 multiply 2, it will be 8. It will be 68. Please try to use the given. Don't forget, constant outside the integral symbol and use this one. If you switch the upper limit with the lower limit, I take the opposite sign of the value of the given definite integral. Okay, look here for this one. Some of you can solve it and say, this is so easy. It means take half, outside it is a number, definite integral from 2 to 4, x to power 3 with respect to x. It means negative 3, definite integral from 2 to 4, x with respect to x. Plus, I know this one I can take it as a common, or outside the integral symbol, it will be what? dx. Okay, dx here, it means as a dx here and here, okay? So, it will be what? Have you understood or no? I take here 2, sorry. Because it means the definite integral 2 with respect to x. It means derivative in here, it must be 2 here, but I took it outside, okay? So, it will be, what is this one? Half multiply this one 60 plus, not plus, I'm sorry, minus 3 multiply, what is this value of this definite integral? Yes, 6. Okay, plus 2 multiply d by dx, which is 4. But I write like this one, it will be 30 minus 18 plus 4. It will be, I think this one, 12, 16. Trivial, I swear. It is very, very interesting. Okay, number 40 as homework. Look here, let's solve the following one. Given, that is given 0 to 5 and 5 to 7. It means 0 to 5 and 7. Okay, the definite integral from 0 to 5 is what? 10. The definite integral from 5 to 7, that's right, 5 to 7 is what? 3. Understand? I ask you to find the definite integral from 0 to 7. That's a property. It will be their sum. It will be what? The definite integral from 0 to 5, okay, f of x, with respect to x, plus the definite integral from 5 to 7, f of x, with respect to x. So it will be, I can solve it mentally also, because I know from 0 to 7 it is two intervals, 0 to 5 and 5 to 7. So it will be 10 plus 3, it will be 13. Okay? For this one, it is one of the property. A 5 to 0, no, I know 0 to 5. This means to get this definite integral, I switch the upper limit of integration with the lower limit. It will be negative 10. One of the property. If you switch, change the sign of the given definite integral. For this one, it have the same weight, the upper as the lower, mentally 0. It is the first property. This one, it will be take the number outside the integral sample, okay, with respect to x, it will be 3. Multiply this value, which is 3, multiply 10, which is given, this one, given in my problem, it will be 30. I just use the given and the properties of integration. Look here, this one, it's so trivial also. I know 0 to 3, 6, look, focus here, from 0 to 3, here 3 different property, interval. I know from 0 to 3, 4, and from 3 to 6, which is what? Negative 1. I ask you to find the interval from 0 to 6. It is what? The first interval, it will be 4 plus negative 1, it will be 3. Because from 0 to 60, it means the sum of the definite integral from 0 to 3 and from 3 to 6. Here this one I switch. Here I know the function from 3 to 6. But here 6 to 3, I read from lower to upper. Okay, it will be what? Negative 1, which will be 1. Because if you switch the upper limit with the lower limit, take the opposite sign of the definite integral. Okay? Here the same, it will be 0. Mentally, it will be negative 5, the definite integral from 3 to 6, f of x with respect to x. I just take this constant outside the integral sum. Negative 5, but from 3 to 6, it is what? Negative 1. That's right. From 3 to 6, it will be 5. I hope you understand, okay? I think it's easy. We finished? Not yet. Not yet. The last problem, so look here, sorry. I think this one is so easy. The definite integral of a sum of two functions, it will be the definite integral of the first plus the first integral of the second. The definite integral of 6, which is what? 10. The definite integral of the second, which is what? Negative 2. It will be 8. For this one, it means g minus f. G minus the definite integral of f of x with respect to x from 2 to 6, it will be 10, it will be negative 12. I think it's so easy. For the following one, look here, it will be, look, 2 multiply the definite integral for 2 to 6 g of x. Just take the constant outside the definite integral. I know this one from the given, which is 2. Multiply, what is the definite integral? Negative 2, it will be negative 4. For the last one, it means 3 definite integral from 2 to 6 of f of x. With respect to x, it will be 3 multiply 2 to 6, 10. That's right. It will be 30. That's right? Okay. For the following one, I have from negative 1 to miss here. Look how to draw it. Look again. Negative 1, that is the ends of the interval, 0 and 1. From the smallest to the greatest, I have 2 intervals. Okay, and the third one, which is their combination. Okay, the definite integral from negative 1 to 1, 0. The bigger one or the biggest one, 0. From 0 to 1, 5. Okay, I ask you to find the definite integral from negative 1 to 0, from the lower to up. It will be miss. I know there's some give me 0. What is the number here I will add? Okay, I know, look here, the definite integral from negative 1 to 1, f of x dx, okay, it will be from what to what? Negative 1 to 0 plus from 0 to what? 1. I know this definite integral 0, and from negative 1 to 1, which I'm asking about it, plus the other one, which is what? 5. So what is the number add to 5 to give you 0? It will be negative 5. Okay? For this one, find the definite integral from 0 to 1 minus from 0 to 1, which is 5. Minus from negative 1 to 0, which already I found it already in part A, it will be 10. Thank you for joining this session and have a nice day. Bye-bye.